wanted to say a little bit about counterstory, partly because people won't be all that familiar with that term, although you've been using it for decades.
When people just heard an alternative, like another story, it didn't imply that this story also had to have an effect on the problem story. It had particular means to do so, and I'm thinking of some of the words that Michael used and I've used. Counterstory was more truthful. It refuted it. It contested it. The main one was contradicted it. And so these terms and this relationship started making visible to both Michael and myself. It made me very conscious of the practices whereby you would contradict the problem story, not only just talking about an alternative to it.
Do you think what's important then is to take into account how narrative therapy is situated in the political context with a small p? Because, for instance, you wouldn't have an alternative to racism, would you? You'd have a counter to it.
I know in social work it was called anti-racist practice. Mm. In anorexia, we invented appropriately the term anti-anorexic practices, right? Rather than merely something other than anorexia.
When I was doing my social work training, we talked about anti-oppressive practice, which work against the oppressiveness of the problem, that counter the oppressiveness. We've talked about counter world, children's imaginative know-how and bringing play and imagination into work with children of all ages. When you engage with a counter story, you're entering into a counter world. So possibility takes you into a world where the problem can't go.
A counter world to the world that the problem had woven around people and their beliefs and convictions about how this problem should be responded to, which would be usually seeking professional expertise and submitting to professional expertise.
Possibility creates a world. So you're not just talking about something different. You're not just talking about something exciting. You're talking about another world that can be entered into.
Externalizing conversation, the most significant thing that it does, it provides the linguistic resources to outline another world in which this matter could be considered, more or less a paradigmatic shift of how to think about these matters.